What's up, guys? It's Friday. You know what today is? Big Ev's Big Blue Power Hour. Talking Giants, training camp, preseason, finally here, and we get to go over what I've seen in our Giants this week. Um, so let's go through our first thing here, which is Giants Patriots, first preseason game. Now, I did watch the entire game. I missed about a little bit of the third quarter, but I did the majority of the first and second quarter, which is what really matters. I didn't know they'd come back to win in the fourth. Rough start. A little bit concerning with Evan Neal getting beat pretty bad by second tier guys. Um, he's winning the feet battle, not winning the hand battle, and he's not. Hey Linda, I see it. I see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everything's good with your daughter. Hey Pop. But yeah, I want to. I've seen him get beat up top. Coming out of college, he's supposed to be, he's supposed to be this big, strong. Mike Irvin picked him up as being a big worker. So I'm waiting to see. Like, I know there's a lot of growing pains. Andrew Thomas got a lot of growing pains his first year. Um, what I've seen in the line, they're not picking up the fifth or sixth man blitz very well. And that's something that we're just going to have to work with because that's something that Dallas is going to throw at us. And something that the Eagles are going to throw at us. And let's not forget, Washington's got four first rounders on that defensive line. So I don't know how they're going to stack up against the NFC East. And the NFC East is stacked in the front eight. We're going to have to find at least maybe a fullback or lights out of my other own. But they have they're having trouble picking up that blitz. This blitz is off the side. The blitz is going through the C gap, going right to the guard and pass. We have Shane Lemieux go out with a toe injury. Hopefully, maybe it's just toe turf. Toe. Hopefully, maybe even if it's a broken toe, it's just 2 3 weeks out. He'll be back by week two. With Buzier, Uzu, third round quick round pick that he picked up at guard. He's been doing a lot of reps. Hopefully, we can find that as a right guard or a left guard if need be. Nick Gates also almost back. He's looking better in training camp. Really is one of the most improved players in the last 3 or 4 years. He's really busted his ass to get back and be a productive player. And that's where I'm actually happy to see. In last year, he's seen his life number. Uh, Hey, Paul, am I having any trouble with this here? A little bit better for you guys? Might have been because I had a huge echo. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. But, yeah, there was, and those need to be in a bit better. Um, I want to see how this line holds up. It has to get more reps. It has to get better. It has to gel better. Evan Neal beat up top. That was where we thought he would be at. We thought he'd be better up top. Everyone said he has speed. He's showing he can get off the block. He's just getting beat by like swim moves. He's getting beat by the hand. That's where he's got to focus on. So seeing him get beat there is very concerning. Your seventh round pick, you were the number one offensive lineman. I know Tanu went after you, but you were supposed to be number one pick. Start acting like okay. Like I know there's growing pains in it. You have to show. Like we seen this 2 weeks ago, you getting beat. I'll give you a pass because it's your first NFL action. I want to see it. I want to see you steamroll the Jets. But I did see Daniel, Danny Dimes. The time he was given, he made some decent throws. He had a lot more check down. He looked a lot more comfortable in that pocket. Now there was some good pocket pace in that game, but also kind of those QB hits already. He had like 3 or 4 QB hits. Like your QB should not be getting hit. That's a big no no. And then Galladay, dropping that pass. I know it was a little low, but dude, come on, like it went in your hands and it bounced right out. You're making $70 million. Start playing like I'm ready to ship your ass off now to Green Bay or Chicago. We can use Roquan Smith right about now. And I would love to package you right now and send you off. Because really, you scored nothing last year. You caught only 60% of your passes from Jones last year. Like, you were supposed to be our top receiver. You're getting paid as our top receiver. Start playing like you're our top receiver. What's up, Big Papa?
What's up, kid?
What's up, bro? I thought you weren't joining me.
Yeah. I figured I'd jump on this because this Eagle game's already over. We already knocked out Zach Wilson, so the MILF Hunter's gone.
Hey, listen, another half a medley. But about the Giants game, you guys.
First things first, I love you, kid, but fix your mic. You keep cutting in and out on your mic. My takeaways from the Giants game last night is that they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I liked what I seen from Galladay. He looked like he was back to his form. Yeah, he looked pretty good. He was open a lot last night. Daniel Jones missed him quite a bit.
Well, I think what now is him hold on to the ball, mimic what get the ball out quick.
Kid, your mic is cutting out. Take your headphones out and just talk.
Let's try this. How about this? Is it better?
Yeah, but you got to mute it. Mute wherever it is that you're looking at, and then see what it does.
How about now?
How about now? Yeah, now you sound fine.
All right, cool. My headphones probably look beat up. While seeing it, they got the ball out quick. Singletary.
No, time out. You're pretty bad, man. You got a huge echo going on down there. You got a huge echo.
No storm. That's a little spot. Let me try to fix it.
Why don't you try to fix it and I'll go ahead. Guys, I'm jumping in here for the Big Blue. Me and Paul, we're going to talk about what we saw last night. I know I was watching the game as I was doing my show. What I took away from the Giants is I like their defense. I think Wink Martindale's doing a really good job with their D. Their D looked very, what's the word I'm looking for? It looked very, they were chasing the ball, man. They were trying to get after the ball last night from what I seen anyway.
All right. How does that sound, guys?
You sound a little bit better, man. A little bit better.
Little better.
Okay.
But we kind of jumped on here to save your bacon there, kid. You know what I mean? this is you gotta jump on before you gotta come on like 7:45ish, man. Get all this worked out.
Yeah, he had it all good, but I don't know what he did with the headphones after that. So
you gotta invest in some better. We gotta invest in some better headphones for him. I gotta send it down. Anyway,
I wasn't expecting to hop on. I'm sitting here in the dark watching the game, so.
So am I.
We'll rap about it.
You see where I'm sitting at, right? I'm watching the Eagles game now. The game's already over. We already knocked out Zach Wilson.
You know what? Since we wait for Evan on here. I know it's a Giants show, but screw it. We're going to talk about other things, Mike, real quick.
That's fine, man. Hey, look, I'd rather rap about the whole NFC East. Like, I'm actually going to watch the Dallas game tomorrow night. I'm interested in that, man. Them in Denver. I just want to get a look.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game, honestly, but I'm not going to take much of the preseason.
I'm only taking a look from what I've seen out of the starters, man. Like, all these other garbage time stuff, I'm not. Like, right now, man, I'm watching Jordan Davis can't be blocked.
Yeah, he's insane.
What did Rob say there, man? I can't see.
What's up, Big Ev? Big up Mike from Las Vegas, Rob Hefner.
Oh, there he is. All right, I got him.
All right. Yeah, like I've seen that the defense was a little bit. I don't know, look bad last night. He's gonna be bad all year. I just think that he's gonna win the game. I really do because I've seen He's my
Ev, you're
ball
still
hawk.
cutting out. Ev, you're cutting out bad.
Oh man, what is up?
I don't know. Maybe you might have to restart. Go restart your computer, man. Come back on.
I think it might be. I think
You
that
got
might be a
storms roll. You got storms rolling through your area.
yeah bad.
Okay.
Uh,
You know what? Me and
Al,
Paul. Let me and Paul jump on this. You go fix and see if you can get back on here.
all right.
Yeah, that's the one thing, man, about living down south, man. Them storms
Yeah.
rolling down there, man. Forget about it. Guys, we want to apologize. I know it's the Big Blue Hour, Big Blue Power Hour. We are going to speak some Giants. Even though you're getting it from an Eagles fan and a Cowboys fan, my son Ev is having difficulties. He's got a pretty bad storm rolling through his area down there, so in Louisiana. So he's going to try and rejoin us after he tries to get it all fixed up for you guys, so he's not sounding like he's talking from Atlantis. But yeah, getting back to that last night, I didn't watch the very end of the game. When I turned it off, the Patriots had just went ahead, so it was kind of like a garbage time touchdown or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, and I kind of left it go. I did throw the shingles playing the parlay, so I did hit on the parlay because I had the Patriots in 2.5. So
Hey,
I won by a half a
quick,
point.
I don't know if I jinxed you, but did I jinx you for the Phillies today? Because I took the Mets.
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't even see what the score is yet.
I didn't either.
So they're probably getting crushed. I haven't. Knowing the Phils,
Yeah.
Actually, it's 1-1.
Okay.
1-1 in the top of the fourth. So,
Okay.
hey, not bad. Braves are losing, though, to the Marlins. What's up with that?
I know. The Braves are going on a downfall right now, man. I don't know what it is. Like they're
Yeah.
scaring me, honestly. They're really scaring me.
But getting back to what we saw last night, this is a Giants show, and we got Giants fans looking in, and we don't want to take away from them. If you are a Giants fan and you are watching, what are some of your concerns with this team now? I saw some lackluster play. One guy who really, I looked at it last night, man, and I was watching the game as I was doing my show. Paul, you were right here with me here on Out of the Box, and Tyrod Taylor looked awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad to say when your first two quarterbacks, your starter and your backup, look like really pathetic. Honestly, like what do you consider a quarterback battle? Because I honestly don't see it there. Like
Yeah,
which
like
one do you
he
want
was
to throw more.
Tyrod was really, really throwing high last night. Kind of hanging his receivers out to dry. I'll tell you what, though, Giants got a couple good young ones, man. Kids made a couple good catches last night. Like I said, I was doing the show, so it was kind of like off in the background. Not off in the background, but it was like right next to me. I was kind of going back and forth. But it was just crazy, man. Like I was sitting there looking at it, like I liked the defense. Wink looks like he's got him pursuing the ball, kind of like that Ravens style defense. They were getting to the ball.
Yeah.
So New England couldn't run. But you know what surprised me last night? New England could pass. And I'm sorry, whoever that third string quarterback is for New England.
Who is it?
I have, bro, go back and watch the highlights of that game. That guy was throwing the ball like this. Like from his shoulder. And I was like, ew, it was like the most weirdest thing that I've ever seen. But he was zipping the ball like 20 yards downfield. But like if he tried to throw it out, oh my God, if a corner jumped that dude, it was pick six.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole game last night. Like I said, I really don't buy into the preseason. I maybe watched the first two series, just like with the Eagles game. I had the 4 on TV. I just turned off. But I was watching the first series. That's where I look at it. But I watched a little bit of the Giants game, and I agree with you. Danny Jones is I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah,
and
like he was
Taylor,
awful.
It just. Usually he's good off the run. When he scrambles out, he's got a little arm out there. He's got a dart.
Yeah, but last night, man, he was horrible last night. He was missing guys. He was so high last night. Like I was waiting for him to throw. Like if any of those DBs on New England could catch a ball, he would have had like 3 interceptions last night. Yeah, and I'm talking about on the same drive.
I hate to say it, but if Trevon Diggs in the game, he probably had 4 picks because a lot of his balls are bad balls that he picks off, and that's the type of game that he would enjoy.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
he was just doing crazy stuff last night, and I was cracking up. I was like, but going forward, like I said, Rob Hefner, what's going on, buddy? Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, for the Vegas sports scene with Rob and our good friend Kenny Fry. Ken, the Mets still suck. I will continue to say that. But yeah, I mean, getting back to it, like I was looking at the Giants, and their defense kind of impressed me a little bit. Their starting unit, anyway.
Yeah.
Their starting unit kind of impressed me a little bit. I didn't, they seemed like they were getting kind of pushed on that, on the line there. They were getting pushed, but it wasn't much. Like, there was, like, one or two guys were getting in. So, again, I'm not sold on Kayvon Thibodeau. To me, he didn't do nothing spectacular to stand out in my eyes last night in the limited time he was in there. So, but I'm waiting to see what happens with that, man.
Well, what did you see on the rookie first pick, Evan Neal? What did you see about him? He didn't impress me much.
No, but you know what? We talked about that last night during my show. I brought him up about the Giants, and I said, you got Thomas on the other side who's going into his third year, okay? Then you got, Neal going on to his first year. Like, there's going to be growing pains. Like, I don't care that he came from Alabama. Like, just because you went to Alabama don't mean you're just a plug in and you're going to play right away.
Is it better?
Your sound's a little better, but now your video's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
all right.
Sorry, you know what, everybody out there, listen, this is Out of the Box Productions. We're trying to get some technical difficulties. Ed lives all the way down south. He's having a little issues down there, but we're going to make it happen, man. This is what happens when you go out of the box. You think outside the box. The show must go on. We apologize for the sound, the video, but hey, listen, we'll make it up to you next week. Maybe we'll pop in an extra show out there when all's good.
Ev, did you still have your guest coming on?
Yeah, I do apologize.
Okay.
Could not make it. Evan Neal being beat up top. That's really what's happening. I'm sorry for the echo, guys. It's still happening.
It's not the echo, bro. It's you're cutting it. You're cutting out.
You're really bad. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead, man? Just try to do what you got to do, man. And get that done. I feel bad for him because he's been trying to get this big blue thing up off the ground. Paul, you want to switch it to like an NFC East thing, man, and instead of just talking.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just go there.
Let's go there, and then if he can somehow, maybe after this thing blows through, we can go ahead.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
But
guys, we do have a special. We have another guy in the back room if he wants to come on and bring in a Raiders talk too.
Yeah, bring him on. Let's talk.
Rob, you there? Okay, Rob's not there.
Huh.
Okay, hey, let's make it an NFC talk. Oh, there he is. Rob.
What's going on, Rob? I'm sorry, dude. I'm so unprofessional right now. I'm like stuff in my face.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
This is going to hell, so let's just have fun with them, Mike. Let's just
we got to.
Let's make it a comedy show. Fuck it, it's a comedy show tonight.
Right, we got to. Look, I'm apologizing. Listen, I work a 9 to 5, and I got home late from work, and I'm just now busting the grub. So, like, my kid he's like, Dad, you want to come on the last 20 minutes? I was like, no. Paul, you know what's going on with my wife, so we kind of got the results of the MRI today. Wasn't good, but.
Well, my prayers are with you, brother. As we speak every night, late night.
Yeah,
my prayers with you.
I'll text. I'll get more into that going forward, but so I was sitting back, man. I was like, man, look, I was on Tuesday night with Matty B.
Mm-hmm.
I was on, Sunday over in Devereaux. I was not on your show, but I participated in your show Tuesday. I've been participating all week. So I was like, damn, Eagles are on. I just want to watch the first half. I don't care. I'm munching. Like, I got a pizza over here getting cold. It's my carb day today. So
mine's Sunday.
Oh, yours is Sunday?
Cheat day Sunday, yeah. Yeah. Do whatever.
Mine will move to Sunday once football season starts.
There you go.
Yeah, because you know what I'll do, man? I'll do like a chili for college football. Like, my wife goes nuts, dude, because like every Saturday I'm making chili in the crock pot. She's like, Jesus, God, boy. She's like, you're sleeping outside.
I hear that. Yeah, it's like today earlier, man. I was like, tomorrow I got to do the wrestling show, but I was telling Joey, we have a scrimmage game tomorrow. Like I told you, we weren't ready, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you, this one play pissed me off so bad, Mike. I was like, we're running twins right, left fake jet, 26 blast. My fullback goes the wrong way. Because what we do is the tight end actually kicks out, gets the linebacker, and the fullback takes off the defensive end. Well, my fullback went the wrong way. My running back goes the right way, and it looked like Nick Chubb hitting Zeke. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, my son just hit me up. He said his neighborhood's got outages all over the place, and they're
That's
getting
fine.
spotty coverage. So I told him, I said, don't worry. Me and Paul got you.
Yeah, we'll do like maybe another 15 minutes. We'll talk about what we've seen. I mean, I know it's a big Blue Power Hour out there, and if you're a Jets fan, a Giants fan out there, we apologize for what you're seeing, but he'll be back next week. It's an unforeseen, tornado down there in Louisiana where he's at. So, Mike, let's talk about the Eagles real quick. I watched the first 2 drives. What did you see?
I saw Jalen move the ball. Like, again, it's the Jets. But I seen him move the ball, and he looked good. He looked good. He was playing his feet, throwing. Dude, he hit Goddard on that one, dude. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful, and I'll tell you what, the defense, we were talking about that last night, about how the defense, Kazir White just stepped right in there, and they knocked out. Go ahead.
The thing is, like, when they picked Kazir White, a lot of people looked at him as a linebacker. Yes, he's a linebacker, but a lot of people don't know he played safety. He was a safety when he first came in the league.
Bro, he almost took it to the house.
Yeah, he did. I've seen that pick out there. There's Evan. Sorry, guys, I didn't see this coming. Hey, listen, Evan, we understand that it's an unforeseen thing. It's not a big deal. We'll come back.
Yeah, bro, it's Mother Nature. Don't worry about it. It's Mother Nature.
I live in the mountains, so I get the same thing once in a while. So don't even worry about it. We know you're going to promise to make it up to you. Don't make it up to me. Make it up to Giants Nation. So come back stronger next week and have fun with it. But yeah, I agree. The Eagles look really good. What do you think about that late hit, Mike?
Dude, like, seriously, he was 2 feet outside. He was 2 feet on the white line, and the dude hit him. That's why the Jets are the Jets, bro.
I'm not a rip leader, but I'm sitting there watching Sirianni like.
Oh, yeah, he was flipping. Now you see why my boy Sean is no longer a fan of the Jets.
Mm-hmm. You guys are echoing, too.
King Chris TV
Yeah,
says, the Eagles going to win this division. Chris, man, I hope you're right, man. Paul, do you hear an echo?
I hear an echo a little bit.
See, I don't hear one.
I hear it a little bit.
Let me turn down my mic a little bit.
Might honestly be my mic.
Probably is.
Probably is, because I got like 4 different mics here going on. My niece plays Call of Duty like crazy, so probably is, honestly.
Probably is. It's for you when you got to curse people out playing video games.
Hey, don't be telling people that, man. It's a family show, Mike.
Oh, get out of here.
Nothing like getting cursed out by a 5-year-old kid on a Call of Duty, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But, Gardner Minshew, baby.
I already turned the game off. I was watching 4 games at once.
He knows about it. We were just talking about it. Wife's behind me. She's trying to play producer.
Was she here? The echo?
No, she's trying to play producer.
Oh, well, hey, go ahead. I'll send you the StreamYard. I'll take a couple nights off.
Yeah, right.
After
That's
the
what I'm saying. I can't wait.
After the video I seen last night, I don't know.
It's worse now, bro.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That explains it all.
Yeah. But anyway.
Hey, let me ask you this, Mike. Okay, the Eagles look damn good preseason.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets. What do you need to see next game?
What, for the Jets?
No, for you guys. I mean, a little bit more, starters, because they're probably not going to play next game. They're probably going to take game 2 out and.
I think if they do play again, I think it'll be probably like a series. And the only reason I'm saying that is because like I even caught a little bit of the Cleveland Jacksonville game before, and Deshaun Watson was out there. Dude, you want to talk about looking rusty? Dude, he was overthrowing people by a mile.
King Chris, man, I appreciate you checking it. King Chris is from Twitter. If you guys are out there, check him out on Twitter as well. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Hey, Chris, I apologize for the sound here. We're having little issues because our host from Louisiana is going through a big tornado down there. So Mike,
my son is Yeah, my son is the host of this, so we
But
have to jump on.
yeah,
So
he's asking as a Giants fan how the starters drove down the field and got 7, and we only put up 3. What do you feel about that, Mike?
again, man, I believe in Brian Dable. I think him and Schoen, I believe, are going to turn that around. The problem is you still have a lot of players there left from the Gettleman era who aren't very good. So I'd say this to all Giants fans: be patient, because you guys are going to get better. The only problem I see with the Giants is, and this is with Dable being, hey Rob, the only problem with Dable is that he don't like to run the ball. Like I said, he had Devin Singletary, he had Zach Moss, dude. He barely ran the ball with them guys. So if you ain't gonna run the ball and you got Saquon Barkley, you know, and you got Daniel Jones throwing the ball, I wasn't impressed with either of the quarterbacks last night for the Giants. But I thought, believe it or not, out of the two, Daniel Jones looked like he should be the starter, only because Tyrod Taylor just looked horrible last night. Horrible.
Yeah, my thing is like we refer to college a lot, and it looks to me like with Dable's team here, he just like you said, he's still adapting to getting his players on the field with his scheme. It's just like college. Every 4 years, every 2 to 4 years, you have a new team coming in, and that's what Daniel Jones is going through right now. He's going through a new regime, a new translation, a new language with the head coaching system and the offensive coordinators. The word is be patient. That's all I can say, honestly. And that's coming from, an Eagles fan and a Cowboys fan. The word be patient goes a long way.
Yeah. Rob,
hey, Rob, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, Rob.
So, do you guys see the Giants trading Saquon?
Not this year.
Not so fast. I could see them doing that.
Really?
Yeah. Towards the trade deadline?
Hmm.
Yeah. I like what your boy King Chris said here. He goes, I thought Zapp looked like the best QB out there, and he's the third string. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Chris, man. If your third QB is the best looking one on the field that night, you're in trouble. But with that being said, just be patient, man. I think that Dable's the right guy. I like Schoen because Schoen was the assistant GM in Buffalo. He helped turn that around up there. So I think the Giants are finally moving in the right direction. I really do. So, I just like, Strong hasn't got in yet. They got the mustache in. He just went 3 and out. Minshew. I can't wait till we trade him.
Really?
We're going to have another Carson as a QB, but as our backup. I'm telling you, Carson Strong's going to be our backup, dude. Paul, where do you see the gun on this kid, bro?
No, I've seen him. I watched him play in college. I watched him play. The only downfall coming out was his injury. That was it. But you know what? That's going to heal. That's going to heal.
Yeah, he definitely does have one hell of a gun. I think that Minshew could possibly be on the trading block. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you hear? Speaking about some news and notes around the league today.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn my light off because I wasn't expecting to be on the show. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, man. Rob, I don't know if you heard some of the news earlier today, but Kirk Cousins not going to play Sunday night. He's got COVID.
Yeah, he's got COVID. I wasn't expecting him to play much anyway, but yeah, COVID, it's still going to be an issue going into this season, unfortunately. I thought we'd be done with it by now.
You would think, but you know what? I mean, the protocols have pretty much gotten easier now with it. So, I mean, you should be able to go ahead and get by. But, I mean, that's going to probably be good for your Raiders. I mean, the Raiders play them, I think, what's that, Monday night or Sunday night?
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon? Okay. I know they're the last game on the schedule for this week. So, but yeah, I got this streaming site that I've been on, and it's got every game going tonight. I'm actually going to watch a little later on. I'm watching football for the rest of the night. So, and then tomorrow as well. But there's a couple good games, man.
that was my plan too. And then I saw Evan was having difficulties, and I thought I'd hop on and just kind of help you guys out, talk a little NFC East.
Yeah, yeah, we've been talking about that. Rob, your perspective. I mean, you're out there in Vegas, okay? You haven't really. Of course, I know you watch the NFC East and everything, but what's your view about it? Oh man, look at you! You clean up well.
I know.
Oh, I'm definitely an Eagles fan too. First and foremost, I definitely see the division coming down to the Eagles and the Cowboys, and I think the Washington Commanders could end up being the wild card. It's just gonna, be about whether or not Carson Wentz can stay healthy. They're going to go as far as he can take them.
I agree.
Me and Paul were talking about this last night about Washington, man. I got them finishing ahead of Dallas.
Oh man!
And the only reason why I say this is because of the line. Paul, you know the problems that your Cowboys have on the O line.
We talked about it. I was real about it last night. You know that.
Yeah. But, I mean, like you said, they got 5 number 1 draft picks on that line. I know they like to beat up on each other and punch each other on the sideline, but, I still think, like, if you're looking at it, like, really honestly looking at it, like, Washington's got some players now. I mean, and now it wasn't just Terry McLaurin and Samuels. Now you got a guy in Jahan Dotson that can stretch the field.
All right, real quick, Mike. I didn't even think about this last night. Who did they draft at Alabama, the running back? Who was that? Brian Robinson or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
That kid is a Brandon Jacobs, Derrick Henry type runner in the right offense. If they get the offensive line set, he might be that power back that Washington needs, I'm telling you. I mean, he was.
Well, they got the power back in Antonio Gibson.
Yeah,
but they need a big bruiser back for like 4th and 1.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on, man. I really did. One thing I was real impressed with tonight. I mean, granted, I know it's only the Jets, but Cam Jurgens started at center.
I seen that
for Kelsey, and I'll tell you what, he looked like a 10-year vet, man.
He did
tonight.
Now, I didn't get a chance to see Jordan Davis play. What did he look like?
Dude, he was getting pressure up the middle.
Was he okay?
They were literally, he got the center guard and the running back. So they already threw 3 guys on him in his first preseason game.
He got the triple.
He got the triple in his very first snap. He got the triple team. That's nuts, dude. Dude, Hassan Reddick was he looked good too tonight, coming off the edge.
Rob, let me ask you real quick. I know we're talking NFC East here, but your Raiders play tomorrow night. I know Kirk Cousins came down with the COVID, so you're really not going to see that first string offense from the Vikings. But the Raiders, it's their second game. I mean, they play 4 games this year, opposed to 3 as everybody else does. But what do you see regarding them? I mean, what are you looking for? And are the starters going to play based on they have 4 games, not 3?
I think they are going to play, to an extent, maybe. From what they've been saying today when I was listening to Vegas radio out here, it sounds like Stidham's going to play most of the game at quarterback. So, it's hard. It's hard to say at this point, Paul. But I think Jacobs is actually going to start, which I think is kind of stupid at this point, because you would think that they'd want to rest him, till like the 3rd or 4th preseason game.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that. What's the whole thing going on? What's going on with Josh Jacobs out there?
Well,
are they going to trade him?
McDaniel said the other day during a press conference that they have no interest in trading him. His justification for playing Jacobs as much as he did was he had stated that the players don't see certain situations in practice, and he wanted him to see certain situations. That was his justification for it.
Well, like I said, excuse me, I was hearing things here because with the Eagles about Josh Jacobs. He was one of the rumored. It was a rumored trade that was supposed to be going on. Now, personally, I don't want Josh Jacobs here.
Yeah.
Nothing against him, but I just don't think he's a fit for our offense.
There was a trade rumor for Jacobs and Miles Sanders, but the Raiders had come out
I didn't even hear that.
the next day and said that they had no intention of trading Jacobs.
Oh, okay.
And then also out of Vegas today, Darren Waller is having a hamstring issue, but it should only be a one-game thing from what they're saying. It doesn't sound like it's going to be anything serious.
Well, now's the time to get an injury if you want to have it. It's preseason. You still have 2 to 3 more weeks left. So if a nagging injury comes out, it's time to get it now.
And Paul, Marshawn Lynch was arrested out here the other day.
DUI. I put that on the box,
You think Uncle Jerry will pick him up, because he has a history of picking up, convicts.
Oh, come on, Rob. We're past that, man. We're past that. You already know that.
You know what? We're talking NFC East, man. I got to get my wisecracks in. It's appropriate.
Oh, I know you do. Of course you do. But what I was thinking is if they picked up Marshawn Lynch, I would probably jump off a cliff out here in my backyard, honestly.
Dude, he could probably still play.
Yeah. I hear you. But let me ask you guys real quick. Do we still think – I know, Mike, I think we all three of us agree that this is the Chargers division. Do we still agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I 100% do, with that. I think this Chargers team is loaded with talent. The only way I don't see them winning the division at this point is if they have like a drastic, injury or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to hold anybody back, team. I mean, Herbert's the future franchise. Of course, we already know of the Chargers. But that defense, what they received this year in the offseason, my God. I think I'll tell you
what. You know who else is I'll tell you what, man. I think the Raiders are going to finish second in that division. I really do.
Know. I don't think so.
I do, man. I do. Like, the Raiders got some players, man, and they got a nasty defense.
They do.
And listen, it's about time KC starts showing some crack in that armor.
I don't know.
Well,
look who's checking in.
Joe Sullivan.
Joe Sullivan from the Sully Squad. You can check him out every Monday night on Devereaux Sports. Sully Squad, 6 p.m. Check him out. And also, if you don't know what this man looks like and you haven't seen this guy, he is the John. He will be live here next Wednesday night on the college football.
Yes, we are talking college football next Wednesday. I can't wait. I'm going to have my pom-poms ready.
You going to have the blue and white ones?
No. I'm so mad, man. I saw Penn State's schedule. I was like, for real? You're going to open up in Purdue? Of all places, Purdue?
Oh, come on.
I was like, come on, man.
The game of the week, we already know what the game of the week is. Number one, it's Ohio.
First week, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Yeah.
But let's talk about that real quick. Rob, I know you're a Penn State guy. I'm kind of like outnumbered here with Mike and you. Let's talk about first Penn State, Purdue. We're going to give you a preview of the college football season here. What do you guys think? Penn State, Purdue.
Well, it's certainly a game Penn State could lose.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, some referee is going to, they'll score in triple overtime and step out of bounds in Western Indiana
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
who
say
are we going to
Well,
give that call to?
that's
well,
only in
well,
Indiana.
and two, it's going to depend on who Paul bets on for that game.
Are you calling me a mush? Are you calling me a mush? Whoever I bet on, the opposite team's going to lose. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, didn't you bet on the Phillies yesterday and they lost?
I don't know where you heard that.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
No, I did. Mike knows about that.
Don't you dare bet on my fucking team. Pardon me. Pardon my language, folks. Oh, by the way, Braves just tied it up 2-2.
Of course.
And the Phillies are still tied with the Mutts 1-1. I'm liking that, man. That means Ranger Suarez is pitching a really good game against the old man.
Yeah, sure is there tonight, right?
Yeah. Yo, they finally gave him his white pants because, Kyle Schwarber's not in the lineup, so he had to change from his brown pants that he would have had to put on.
Oh, boy. Well, let's get back into this. What do you guys see? Mike, come on. Mike, come on. Your niece is driving me crazy.
Mike, come get you. Listen, I'm done with kids. I will sugar her up and drop her right back off to your house.
That's the good thing about being like a grandparent and an uncle where you can just drop them off and leave them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? My days of yelling at kids are done and over with. I did that. Yous are grown. I'm a love them.
Linda, I know you. We check it. We talk a lot. Put a Disney movie on and call it a day. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do.
Find her favorite thing and do it. But she's hitting those terrible tills. She's hitting those terrible twos. So that's when you got to go get the liquid candy. Yeah, like she can come hang out with Aunt Jamie and Uncle Mike. You're gonna hate me when I return her. Just telling you. But
All right,
anyway,
okay, Penn State.
Here's my thing with Penn State.
Win?
Here's my thing with Penn State. Okay, and I would love to see the kid play, the new recruit, but it's Penn State. So he's not going to play for at least 2 years. Okay? That's just been their way. I mean, it was worse. Like, when Joe Pa was there, you didn't play until your senior year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he really, truly believed that. Franklin's a little better than that. My issue is with them is can they get the offensive line fixed, which they did get the 2 top recruits, offensive linemen in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
They both committed to Penn State. So I'm happy with that. That was the problem with Penn State last year. They could not run the football when they needed to run the ball. And it forced them to have to throw the ball. And I'm sorry, I'm not a big James Franklin fan. The guy does not make in-game adjustments enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. We brought you here to beat Ohio State. You've been here 6, 7 years now?
6 years
You beat Ohio State one time. That's not going to cut it. And then you reward the guy with a 10-year extension because he can recruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 10-year extension blew my mind when they did that. I couldn't.
I was hoping they fire him. I was like, dude, get rid of him, please. Go to USC. I would have loved Luke Fickell, man. Luke Fickell would come in and straighten Penn State out. Dude, can you imagine Luke Fickell with Penn State's talent?
He's the type coach, Mike, that goes into a team and, you want to run it this way? Well, it ain't running that way. It's my way or the highway. I don't care who you are. He was a voice in any system. And him and, oh, my God, with what he did, with what
Dude,
he
look
was
what he
given,
did with Cincinnati, man.
That's what I'm saying. A non-Power 5 team, and he did what he did, insane. I understand they got outgunned at Alabama. I understand that. But when you take a non-Power 5 team with what you have, and you get that far in the rankings, I don't even want to call it a Cinderella team, Mike. They don't even deserve that title. They played balls to the wall. They did.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people give that conference a lot of crap because it's the same conference Temple plays in.
Temple, exactly, right.
Okay? And I'll tell you what, they've had some good teams over the last, 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, Memphis was good. South Florida was good. I'm trying to think who else was good over there.
UCF.
Yeah, UCF was good. SMU was good. Like, look at SMU. SMU a couple years ago was like, they had 1 loss.
But you know what? You look at it, Mike, let's go back. I mean, we're going to talk about more college football, of course, Wednesday. We're going to talk about top 25, who's out there. But you look at UCF. They took a huge downfall. But just like you say with Luke Fickell, the coach builds a team with what they did. Like UCF, you don't really hear from them anymore. Memphis, they had a great year. Their coach was fired after that. Like, I don't get it. in that division, you're not going to go far because you're not a Power Five, and it takes a hell of a crazy BCS committee to even put you in the top 10, which I
Yeah.
think is BS. I think that honestly, we'll probably get into this in the season. I
Yeah,
think
I feel like the one school, my one local school that I feel bad for is Temple, because all these dudes jump into this Temple job, and then they just leave Temple every year. They're just like, all right, we're done, bye.
it's
And you're
bad.
like,
It's very bad. I'll tell you a little story, Mike. Back when
I
Golden
think
was,
Rob had a point though for a second there, Paul. I
go
don't
ahead,
know
Rob.
if you.
Oh, yeah, that Temple job just seems like a stepping stone, and then the coaches they leave and they go other places.
Oh God, yeah. Look who they had. They had Al Golden. Al
Yeah.
Golden left them.
Goes to
Um,
Miami.
yeah. Then you had Jeff. Was it Jeff something? Jeff Tate. He left them and went to
Where'd he go?
Georgia Tech. He had Matt. They had Matt Rule. Matt Rule left them and went to Baylor.
Mhm.
I mean, they had the kid. Was it the guy Rodriguez or something like that? Left them and went to Miami.
Mhm.
Like the guy literally came into Philly to do his press conference. Turned around, told Temple, "I'm leaving. I'm going to Miami."
I got a plane leaving in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you got to be kidding me. Like, I felt so bad for them. And, you know, I would really like to see them hire somebody and have somebody stay. I think, but the problem is, like, and here's the one thing I don't get. The one thing Temple's trying to push for is a on-campus football stadium.
They're not going to get
I'm
that.
sorry. I love my hometown to death. I love Philly to death. You do not put a football stadium in Temple University.
No,
The neighborhood's not that great.
no.
I mean, unless they find a way to secure that area, who the hell's going to North Philly to watch a Temple football game?
Mike,
And they're playing at the link.
I couldn't agree with you more. My kids went to St. Joe's Prep, a mile down the road. And I tell you what, that place is the worst place down there for anything. Football, you name it, just to walk around. But to Temple, to me, I feel bad because they can't even recruit in their own backyard. They have
No.
Pennsylvania's top team, St. Joe's Prep, year after year after year.
Right down the road from them. And they'll never get a 10. The only way they'll get a St. Joe's Prep kid, no BS. And that's if that kid got hurt his senior year and everybody pulled back.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I mean, they got, I think this year, I think 21 players from Prep got scholarships, tight scholarships. And I think one was the Temple, and he went there because he was like the 53 man on the roster. It's bad. It's totally bad. But
You know?
let's I mean, do you have Penn State winning this game or not?
Yeah, I think Penn State, I think their talent level's good enough for them to win.
I agree.
I haven't seen their schedule yet. I know they play at Michigan, so that's
Right.
probably going to be a tough game. But I like the fact that we got Michigan State and Ohio State at home. And I'm sorry, I don't think Michigan State is that good enough to be ranked number 9.
Well, here, you know what? I just pulled it up real quick. I'm going to go with you and Rob. Mike, you go first. Penn State, Purdue.
That's a
What do you
win.
think? Win? Okay, Rob, what do you got?
Loss.
Loss, okay.
Well,
Keep your-
hold on. I see where he's thinking. Though. Purdue's in Indiana, and every time we open up in the state of Indiana, we always get a quarterback who runs the ball, steps out of bounds, and gets a 2-point conversion in like the 15th overtime.
Okay, all right. So let's go on to week 2. We won't spend much time on it. Okay, you got a non-Power 5, non-BCS school, Ohio. Not Ohio State.
Ohio, yeah, they're going to beat them. They'll beat the Bearcats.
That's a win.
All right. Now you're going down. The Tigers, Auburn.
Ooh.
Auburn's not what they are this year. Bo Nix is gone.
Yeah, but Bo Nix was our savior last year. And he was the reason why we won that game. So I'm going to say that's a loss.
Ooh, okay.
I think Auburn gets their revenge on us. Because
Really?
we beat them in Happy Valley last year.
Okay.
And I think they're going to have their crowd waiting for us, like we had our crowd, because that was our whiteout game last year, was Auburn.
Yeah, national TV.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a loss too.
Wow. All right. Well, you got a rebound game. You got Central Michigan.
That's a win.
Yeah, that's
All right.
definitely a win.
All right. Now you're still at home. You have Northwestern.
That's a win.
Win. Yeah.
Well, boys, here it comes. Michigan at the Big House.
That's going to be a loss.
Nope. I'm taking the Nittany Lions to go in there and stun them in the big house.
In front of 100,000 pack, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I don't believe in Michigan. Half their team graduated. I'm not. No, they're overrated. At number 3. At
Yeah,
number 3.
I don't think they're number 3. I think
No.
they're probably around a 10.
No,
to 15
they're going to be like 25th ranked, dude. By the time after this game, we're knocking them out of the top 25. You heard it here first.
Damn. All right, that is week 1, 2.
Penn
3,
State's
4,
losing
5, 6.
one. They're going to lose one Big Ten game this year.
Okay, well, here's another Big Ten game. You got the Golden Gophers at home.
Oh, we're smoking them.
Rob?
Yeah, we're going to kill them.
Well, boys, shit just hit the fan. You got the Ohio State Buckeyes at home.
Yeah.
That's going to be a loss.
That's the loss?
Nope. Upset City. James Franklin gets number 2.
Mike, you got
against Ohio State
Cinderella,
here.
Cinderella story going on here, brother.
Listen, Penn State going to shock some people this year. and I'll tell you the reason why when we're done.
Okay, you ready for the next game?
Yeah.
It's going to bring back bad memories, brother. You know where I'm going, right?
At Indiana,
At Indiana.
I think they beat them.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they beat them.
You got Penn State, Rob?
Yep, Penn State.
All right. Well, you go back to the state of PA. You're back at Beaver Stadium, and you're playing the Terrapins.
I think they smoked the Terrapins.
I do too. They have no identity.
Definitely, without a doubt.
They got Rutgers too, like right after that, don't they?
Right after.
Yeah,
Right
that's
over
another
there,
win.
Jersey. Yep.
Yeah, that's another win.
Yeah, they'll beat Rutgers.
All right, so then you're going to finish off at Beaver Stadium in front of a home crowd there. You know, Mike has them going to the BCS championship here, with
No.
one loss. No, okay. Then you got Michigan State. They lost a lot.
Michigan, even though I don't think they're the number 9 ranked team in the nation, they beat Penn State. For some odd reason, they got our number.
The Spartans?
They have our number, dude. They've had our number for the last 4 years,
The
man.
running game's not there this year.
I know, but they still have our number. It don't matter. They have our number. We can't beat them.
Now I'm going to disagree with Big Mike on this one. We're going to upset them.
You think so? I think that's their only loss, though. I think they beat Ohio State this year.
Oh, wow.
Dude, what do you care, man? You're going to love it.
Exactly. He's true. He agrees with you. They struggle with Sparty. They do.
They do. We can't beat them. I don't know what it is. Like last year, we had a great game plan going in, and then all of a sudden, right off, East Lansing, dude, all of a sudden, the snow came out of nowhere. If you go back and watch that game last year, the first quarter was sunny. They go to commercial, they come back, and they come back from commercial, it is snowing like a blizzard.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I understand. I mean, unusual snowing and shit. Yeah, it was weird. And a drop of a dime.
Why are the Jets punting the ball with 16 seconds left to go in the half?
They're stupid.
Just take a knee, bro. It's like, damn. I can't believe that, though. The Eagles are still up 14-3. But
right,
I want to hear what happened. I really want to. I'm going to pause you guys for a second, let you guys talk. I just want to hear what happened to Zach Wilson because he left out. He walked out with a trainer. So I want to kind of get a medical update on that, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute.
He's just going to one of his mills.
I don't know, man. This dude was kind of like, he looked like he was kind of woozy. Like if he ain't know what state he was in. So
maybe it was a little revenge hit from Hurts.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to listen to the halftime and give me about 5 minutes. I'll be back, all right?
Sounds good, man.
I mean, I'll still be here, but
All right.
I just got the camera off.
Rob, we're talking about the college show. I know we're going off way off of range here from the Giants show, but we apologize. Talking college, what do you see and who do you actually see is going to be the national championship winner? Who do you think?
You might be surprised, by this, Paul. But I could definitely see Notre Dame doing it this year. I would be okay. I would be okay with that.
Well, I mean, their first game, Rob, Ohio State, number one team, and the number two in the team in the nation, but number one in my eyes this year, even though they lost a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think they skate by Ohio State with their 14-point underdogs?
That's gonna be a tough one, but I'd love to see it.
I would too. I mean, I thought about it. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule now. What is go with them since went over to Penn State? Of course, you open at Ohio State first week, 7:30 primetime game. Then you go to Marshall, which is a very easy game at home. I think that's going to be a definite win. Will you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're going to play a Pac-12 team, which they do struggle with Pac-12 teams because they spread the offense, and that's something Notre Dame, with Marcus Freeman being the first-year head coach, he coaches defense, but he struggles against spread teams, and they play California. What do you think? I'm going to call it a win, though.
That actually that game actually scares me. I could see Cal upsetting Notre Dame.
I mean, you're playing with house money. You're the California Golden Bears out there, and you're here to shock the world. I mean, when you play Notre Dame, you play Ohio State, you play these teams, you have one shot. This is your Super Bowl of the year. You have your own schedule. You try to make the conference championship, but when you play a team like Notre Dame on national TV, Irish, football, this is your Super Bowl. And like I said, Pac-12 teams actually scare me. So I'm kind of worried about this game, but I am still going to give them the nod. I'm going to give them a win. But then you go to Chapel Hill and you play North Carolina. They don't have Sam Howell anymore. They're not the greatest out there. So what do you think? I'm going to call it a win as well. So far I have one loss with Ohio State.
Yeah, I would say that would be a win.
Mm-hmm. Ken Fry checks in. They've struggled against military school lately. They usually play Army strong when they do play Army, but Navy actually gives them a strong battle because they run that old school Navy veer offense, and it's something you only see once a year, and basically you have 1 week to prepare for it. So it's really hard. I mean, Navy does play them really well, which kind of surprises me because they used to play Air Force once in a while, but I'm going to look at the schedule. I'm not sure. But they pretty much run the same exact offense, that little veer motion fundamental offense, which is really scary if you ever played it before. I know Mike, when he checks in, he actually runs that offense when he used to coach the Leprechauns because I used to coach against them. And we ran into a lot of problems with that because if you don't see it, you don't understand it, it could be a long day.
Right. I actually enjoy watching Notre Dame Navy games. That's one of my favorite games to watch all year.
It's tradition to me, and I pray today that no matter what, because these teams, Rob, they're going to USC and UCLA are moving to the Big Ten, and a lot of teams are moving from the Big 12 to the SEC, as Oklahoma and Texas are as well. Those are scaring me because Notre Dame is independent, and I honestly hope they stay independent because they make their own schedules. They have their rivalry games.
Right.
Just mentioned Navy. They used to play Air Force, and again, they don't have Air Force on the schedule this year. To me, that was a game where it's tradition. They still play USC. They used to play Michigan. They used to play Penn State. They used to play Miami. These are foregone games anymore that you don't even see anymore. It's not about rivalry. It's about getting to the BCS, using that number one. That's your goal. But to me, it's about tradition. But now it's about the money, is what it is, Rob.
Well, yeah, that's what it's coming down to, unfortunately. And you're right. It's going to take away from some of these rivalries. I don't think that I'm necessarily a fan of of what they're calling super conferences now.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to build two power conferences. That's going to be the SEC and the Big 12. That's the way it is.
The only advantage that I see for USC and like UCLA joining the Big Ten, it might even help out Penn State with recruiting and stuff, because they're going to have more exposure now. And then too, from a fan's perspective, living out here in Vegas, if you wanted to see Penn State play in the past, you'd have to travel a great distance to do it. But if they're playing over at USC, there at the Coliseum, in theory, I can be in LA, fly over there, be over there in less than an hour.
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame still has their couple rivals on there. They play BYU this year, which BYU is not, not even ranked in the top
And
25.
and that Notre Dame BYU game that is here in Vegas. Is that correct? I thought that's
I
what I heard.
I think it is actually because I was looking at the schedule. I know because I was actually thinking about that UNLV game, but UNLV is in Notre Dame this year.
Yeah, well, I was actually thinking about the BYU game.
I was thinking about it. If you do go to that, let me know.
Guys, no update on Zach Wilson. Didn't hear
Oh, really?
nothing.
Okay.
So you probably have to find out after the game, see what happened to him.
Sounds good.
Again, guys, if you're watching this, I know you're watching a Big Blue Power Hour. Unfortunately, my son Evan, who lives in Louisiana right now, is going through a lot of thunderstorms and stuff like that. There's a lot of power outages. So his Wi-Fi is kind of spotty. He tried to give it a go. Couldn't give it a go. So he will definitely be joining you guys next Friday night. He's very bummed about it because he was really looking forward to it. I told him, hey, man, this happens. So, definitely come back and tune in next week for all you Giants fans. If you guys want to talk, we've been kind of an open forum here. We've been doing this just really so much. We gave our thoughts on the Giants, but again, Giants fans don't want to hear from myself, who's an Eagles fan, or Paul, who's a Cowboys fan, or Rob, who's an Eagles fan. So we kind of switched it up a little bit here. We kind of start talking about a little bit of college. We've been mixing in MLB baseball, which, by the way, the Baltimore Orioles are killing me again. They're up 7-0, Paul. 7-0
Who they playing?
on the Rays. 7-0 on the Rays. Are you kidding me?
I don't even. Let me. You know what? Go ahead. You guys talk for a minute. I got to double check now that you mentioned that.
Oh, dude, I just checked mine. I'm about to get sick. But anyway, I heard you guys talking about the Pac-10. My question is to you guys is, where does Oregon State go? Like, are they going to be? You really think they're going to stick in that Pac-10 now that you got USC and UCLA leaving?
Okay, it's a catch-22 in my eyes. Oregon is the only team that can come out of there and go to a conference that somebody would actually want name-wise.
But where, though? Like, stop and think about that for a second.
No, think about it. Okay, Oklahoma and Texas are gone, right?
Right.
SEC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not go to the Big 12, who plays no defense? Oregon is an offensive and explosion team. You go from Mariota, you go to Herbert, okay? They love offense. Mario Cristobal is an offensive dude. He loves offense. He wants to score. What better place to go than the Big 12, Mike? But Oregon State is the same way, but there is I don't want to say, Mike, if you take me to your show, you got to take Rob. One of those situations.
Right.
Okay? I'm not saying they can get you, Rob. Using an example. But that's what I'm seeing, Mike. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean, Washington, like Joey, hey, there's our boy Joey Woods. Just celebrated a birthday this week.
Yes, sir.
Happy belated there, Joey. But yeah, he brings up a point too. Washington has been pretty good. I love those interstate games, dude. To me, I will tune in and watch them. Like, what is it, the Apple Cup between Washington and Washington State? Mm-hmm. You have Oregon State, which, dude, I went to Lids. True story. They came out with these college hats, right? And it just had their names on the front of it. It would have on top of it, like, on the bill, like, what it was. Like, I'll show you, like, right here with this Eagles hat, right? See where the Eagles logo is right here? Well, right here, they had their team name, and then up here would be, like, what college. But the college would be so small and in cursive, and then down here in bold brick letters, it would have their names. So I saw the Oregon State one. It said Oregon State, and then it had Beavers, real bright, right? And right next to their hat was the South Carolina Gamecocks. But it didn't say. It said South Carolina Game in the middle, and then Cox was real big. I bought both hats.
You gotta have it. That's something you gotta put.
I bought both hats, and I was like, And Facebook was in its infancy, dude. I literally took a picture and was like, which hat should I wear tonight? Wow. You know what I mean? But yeah, but getting back to like the Pac-10, like if you're gonna move them into the Big 12, I really seriously think you got to move somebody out of the Big 12, and I think the team you move out of the Big 12 is Iowa State. Iowa State. I would move them. I would move Iowa State out to the Big 10. and stick
Okay.
them in the West.
Let's reverse this real quick. Rob, you want to say anything about this where you think, let's reverse what Mike said real quick before we get into the Big 12. What do you think about the Pac 12 with Oregon
Well,
and Oregon State?
well, yeah. The only team that I would want to see come out of the Pac-12 would be Oregon because they're really the only one that could go like you know, like you said, to a big conference like that and be real competitive.
Okay. Let me ask you this real quick, Mike. Okay, USC and UCLA are going to the Big 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who you booting out?
Rutgers, Maryland.
You
Like,
telling
no offense, like Maryland should have never left the ACC.
Okay, my idea is you get rid of Nebraska.
Where are they going to go? I mean,
Back
really,
to
if
the
you're
Big
looking
12.
at where?
Back to the Big 12.
They could, but I
But-
would love to see. I would love to. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it because to me, Nebraska's been irrelevant since they joined the Big Ten. And to be honest with you, dude, that West Division, it's nobody but Wisconsin. Like every year, you may get one team in that Western Conference who might look like they're going to do something. You know, like you had Northwestern a couple years ago. Everybody and their mama knew when you got to the Big Ten title game, they were getting smoked
You knew
by
that.
Ohio State. Okay? You had PJ Fleck in Minnesota. They went on a nice little run. What happened? They went into Wisconsin and got killed. And I was like, come on, dude. Like, there's got to be somebody else other than that Western Conference. That's why I'm thinking you take the Cyclones because the Cyclones can be good. Okay? It says Utah has been good
Yeah, they
last
used to
season.
be
Yeah,
pretty
but
good.
Utah's not leaving where they're at.
No, they're not leaving anywhere. But my thing is, if the Big 12 to me, I like to see Nebraska out of there because I'm old school, Mike. You know, and old school Nebraska is Big 12. Scott Frost days, you know, Crouch days. That's Big 12 football to me. But my thing is, if you're going to go by record wise, it has to be Rutgers. It has to be Maryland. To me, those are my teams that you got to get rid of. You can't get rid of Indiana, Michigan State, Ohio State. Those teams are tradition Big 10.
Yeah, like Penn State's not a traditional Big Ten team. Penn State's a traditional. They're a traditional. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's the same division, independent. They're an independent. So I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind seeing Pitt leave the ACC and come over to the Big Ten. I think Pitt coming over there. Listen, you're shaking your head. No, I don't think it would be if they were to join the Big Ten. I think Pitt's recruiting would change, dude. You would get more people going to Pitt. That ACC sucks, dude. It's Clemson, and that's it.
And Clemson's
Clemson, and that's it.
How about this, Big Mike? What about Notre Dame joining the Big Ten?
No,
It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Because Notre Dame likes playing their own schedule. They like being an independent.
Right.
You know, it would never happen. And like Notre Dame's got their own TV
network,
right? And that's what I wanted. I wanted that for Penn State, dude. That's what I really wouldn't. I really wanted that. I wanted Penn State to do the same thing that Notre Dame did. I got so mad, dude, when they joined the Big Ten. I was like, why? Why?
Yeah, Joey agrees with you. It's just like NBC won't allow that. I mean, they make billions of dollars off Notre Dame Saturday. And, you know, Joey Woods makes a great point. He's a Notre Dame fan. He'll be hopping on the show as well next Wednesday with us. You can check him out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Out of the Ring Wrestling for all you wrestling out there, AEW, WWE. But you know what? I'm a Notre Dame fan. And number one, it'll never happen. They play an ACC schedule, but they are not entitled to the ACC division. You know, to me, they're independent for a reason. They're the biggest staple of money out in college football, name written. They make their own schedule, but the one thing I can say, and a lot of people come at me, they don't have a cupcake schedule. They don't.
No,
they don't.
Up
Ohio State.
They don't, man. And that's one thing I'll give Notre Dame. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, like I told you. Paul, it kind of goes back to like the Eagles-Cowboys thing. Like a lot of my mom's side of the family, which are Irish, they all love Notre Dame. Me and my brother were Penn State guys.
No, you were a Leprechaun, brother.
Yeah, and I even coached a young team called the Leps.
Hey, Joey, Mike, real quick. Joey, if you don't know this, Mike was the head coach from the Leprechauns when we used to play him. down on
No, no,
Cedar.
no, no. I was defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator. Yep.
I was defensive coordinator. Yeah,
He was the one that took your. He was the one that told the kids to take your knee off playing center all the time. Crab crawl
dude. He
your ass.
probably played against my son. He probably played against Evan. You know
Probably
what I
did.
mean? He's probably played around the same time Evan played.
Mike, real quick, what do you think about this comment? Because I've always agreed with this comment. If Notre Dame lowers their academics, the team would be the best every year. They only get scholarship athletes with a 4.0 basically. And what do you think if they came down and said, you know what, we're going to have Miami Hurricane standards, teams like that? What do you think recruiting wise would be? Even though they are
their recruiting would jump up. Like
they're
because
number one
Notre
in
Dame
nation.
has that standard. Because they have that standard, I always felt like it hindered them a little bit from getting some more decent players. And yes, Joey, I am from the area. Born in Kensington, raised in, I lived in Port Richmond until about 4 years ago. So yeah, but yeah, man, it's definitely, yeah. Why do you think it was so big, dude? Whenever they played Miami, it was Catholics versus the convicts. It was a great thing. And you know what? That was the only time in my life that I ever cheered for Notre Dame. Because I hated Miami. Hated them with a passion. And you know what? It was really funny. I couldn't stand Jerome Brown in college. Hated him. I was like, I couldn't wait to see Penn State kick their ass. And when they beat them, it was great. Like, I hear Dan Cilio talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Dan Cilio goes, oh, man, it turned my stomach when we lost to that game. And I'm like, good. I'm glad it did. Because a lot of people thought, like, Penn State was just lucky to be there. A lot of people forget Penn State was in the title game the year before against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They got smoked by Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So, Penn State was a good team that year, but I always remember the Eagles drafting Jerome Brown, and I went, why? And then I watched Jerome Brown play. I was like, oh, okay. He can run his mouth. He's a part of us now.
What do you got, Rob?
No, what I was going to say is that Notre Dame's recruiting would certainly go through the roof if they would lower their academic standards, but Notre Dame will never go for it.
No, I mean, they're always top of the class. What to me is like, what was that thing back in the day? Prop 48? Was that what it was called? Prop 48?
Yeah, Prop 48.
Notre Dame, they're like, they only get the best of the best, but they look at education first. But before we get into something else real quick, we're going to hop off here in a couple minutes, And once again, just like Mike said, we apologize to all the Giants fans tuning in on, looking into YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Evan, our main host, was having technical difficulties as he lives down in Louisiana, and there's a huge storm going out there. So, hey, listen, the best thing we can say is we keep you in our prayers. Be back next week, stronger than ever with Giants Nation. He'll keep you out there. And plus, it definitely is going to be on Twitter for him, as well as himself, talking about all Giants out there. So follow him, Ev's Big Blue Power Hour on Twitter.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you guys get all the New York news you guys want. Like I said, me and Paul were going to try to sit here and talk Giants. And I kind of shot him a text like, hey, man, I don't think this is right. You're a Cowboys fan. I'm an Eagles fan. You guys don't want to hear from us. With Ev having his issues, we decided to take the show in a different route just to give you guys entertainment so you guys can actually have something to watch. So, again, if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube and on Twitch. And we'll definitely be appreciating all that. But, Paul, go ahead and continue saying what you were saying, buddy.
Yeah, just like Mike said, we have 3 hosts on here. We're all family. We keep it real. We just want to bring you entertainment because without you guys, I can call Mike, I can call Rob and just shoot the shit anytime I want to. But for the viewers, hey, just like Mike said, I'm a Cowboys fan. Mike's an Eagles fan. Rob's an Eagles fan. And I don't think you want to hear what we want to say because honestly, we only watched probably two series of the game. So honestly, there it is. So we're talking college football here. Last subject. Who do you have in the BCS this year, the championship? Semifinals, the top 4. What do you have? Early predictions. Even before the show starts next week, Mike.
Top 4. Oh, man, that's hard. I guess you got to pencil in Bama.
Oh, you know what? Give me one. We'll go one. We'll go one apiece all the way around the table, okay? Who do you have the 1 seed? Alabama? This is hard early season.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go with Bama until somebody knocks them off.
Okay. Rob, what you got?
Ohio State.
As the 1 seed?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go with Mike. I'm going to have to go Alabama, the cream of the crop, the NFL's farm squad. Until they get knocked off by someone, I have to go Alabama.
Yeah, they're there every year. I mean, so you just got to pencil them in until somebody
The
proves it wrong.
the only team that can truly lose one game a year and still be in the national championship series. The only team I think. Who else do you have? We won't even go rankings. Two to four. Anybody you want to throw out there? Who you have?
I think Clemson takes a step back this year.
I definitely do.
I think they'll be in the playoff running.
Clemson.
Yeah, I think they'll be in the playoff running.
Wow.
Of course you got to go Ohio State. I think Ohio State, even though I think Penn State beats them, I think they're still going to win the Big Ten.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They got horses, man. They just do.
Even though they lost Olave, Wilson,
did you see who they got coming in?
I tell you what, I love one kid on their team because I watched this kid play pretty much for 3 years of my life. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Hello. Yeah.
What do you got, Rob? Who's your 2 team? Well, anyway, 2 to 4.
Notre Dame.
Really?
You got the Irish going there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to me, I'm going to go Ohio State. I got Alabama and Ohio State so far. That's who I have. 2 left. Who do you guys got?
I'm going to go Oregon. I'm going to throw Oregon. What are they ranked?
I don't know. Let me look. 12.
Yeah, they can move up.
Really?
I
don't even have a win the Pac-12, Mike.
I got them outside the box, dude. I'm thinking outside the box.
Hey, that's right.
You know what I mean? I have to. I mean, wait do you hear my 4th one?
Yeah, that 3rd one kind of stunned my ass. I'm waiting for this 4th one. What do you got, Rob?
LSU.
LSU.
Hey, it's out of the box, right?
Mike, wait, Mike, do you agree with that or no?
What's that?
LSU, do you agree with that?
No, I think LSU is probably a couple years away from getting back.
Okay, I'm telling you, Rob, if they do that, I owe you dinner anywhere you want in Vegas. Personal flight out there, okay? Because they're not even ranked in the top 25 to start the season. And plus, you got that coach that I can't stand, Brian Kelly. Okay, my 3rd team may surprise you. I am going to go with, man, it's going to kind of scare me to say this, but 2 teams in the SEC. I'm going Georgia again, defending champs. I think the SEC has 2 teams out there this year, and I'm thinking if Alabama loses to Georgia or Georgia loses to Alabama, both teams still make it like we usually see in the SEC.
Well, I got a new SEC team that I'm picking.
What's the 4th one?
University of Texas.
They're not there yet.
Are they not there yet?
No, they're still Big 12.
Well, then, that's what I'm thinking. University of Texas.
I think it's too early for them. What you got, Rob?
Georgia.
Georgia, okay. My last one. This may surprise you. The good thing about Notre Dame this year, you play Ohio State week 1. What's the best time to lose your only game of the season? Week 1.
Week 1.
I have Notre Dame going 11-1, squeaking in there because the unsung college football god, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, will have touchdown Jesus looking over, and we will make the BCS.
You'll have Tim Tebow looking over you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just try to go outside the box, man. I haven't seen none of the rankings yet.
Yeah.
I'll do my more homework once I get close. But
top 10. Tell me where you don't agree. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame, Michigan, Texas A&M, Utah, Oklahoma, and Baylor.
You know who could be scary? Utah. Utah could be scary.
They could be scary, but they're not good. They're going to be like a Cincinnati. They're not a Power 5. They need.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they won't make the playoffs, though.
See, that's where Mike. We'll probably get into this in the college show. How far would you expand the BCS? How far would you take it to teams? Would you go?
I would expand it to 8. You got to do 8 teams, bro.
I like 10 actually because this way the first 2 top teams get a bye. I like that. You know.
I agree. You got to have more college football, man.
It's to
because
me like
the playoffs. The one thing I feel like is that like you lose a lot of games in November. If you really look at it, like by the time you know Thanksgiving comes around, like your football season's dead.
what
Like you need a couple weeks in between. Like after that, after like Thanksgiving, leading up into the playoffs, I think that would be a great time to play those games.
and you know what, Mike? That's good you said that. I've always agreed. Me and my friend actually had an argument about that. That last game of the season, your conference championship, you play that, and then you have a month off to the playoffs start. That is your time for your playoffs right there. Your second round, your third round, so you don't miss a beat, and you still get 2 weeks off before the semifinals come. And to me, the NCAA is always bitching about money. This is a chance for the schools to get that revenue to play on TV, but you're only going to host 6 games. You call it the BCS, playoffs, and you have, the higher seeded team get that, and or whatever you want to do. This is a time for those colleges to make money as well. But we'll never see it. We'll never see it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, I'm watching this Eagles game, right?
Mhm.
How far has Denzel Mims fallen, man, for the Jets?
Really?
He's out there playing with the third string.
Wow, that's surprising. Let
I'm
me
sitting
ask you,
there looking. I'm watching this. I'm watching
how'd
this guy
Bryce
catch the ball all over the place, and I'm like, "Who is this?" And they zoomed in. It was Denzel Mims.
how did Bryce Hall look?
He got smoked.
Did
He got smoked. He got smoked by Brandon Graham. Was it Brandon Graham, Kazir White,
Mhm.
and Jordan Davis on like the same play? All three of them met there at him.
Welcome to the NFL, son. This ain't college anymore.
He got smoked. He did have a nice open wheel route. He was open,
Okay.
but Zach Wilson underthrew him.
And how did Sauce Gardner look?
He was kind of chasing. I seen him go in on a tackle on Goddard.
Okay.
So I don't really know. He was out there. He did play. He
Okay.
started. So Jets are about to try to get this game close, man.
Uh-oh.
They're 8-11 left. They're down to like the 3-yard line.
That's
Hey,
cool.
hey, Mike, I got a question for you. When are you and the wife coming out here to Vegas?
I believe it's for her birthday weekend. I can tell you right now. Hold on, let me look down here. I can tell you when we're flying out and when we're coming back. We will be leaving out of Philly on the 17th, which is a Thursday, and we're
Okay.
flying back on the 20th.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do when it gets closer, we'll try to coordinate something where I will take you to the Eagles bar out here for the game.
Well, I'll be leaving, coming back that day.
Oh, okay.
I'll be
okay.
leaving, coming back that day. Yeah, because
Okay.
I think I'm off the next day, but I don't know. We still haven't paid for the flights yet, so I may still be out there for the game. I may do like a late night, like leave
Okay.
out Vegas at like 12 and get in at 6 o'clock in the morning. I can just sleep all day Monday.
Yeah. Do the red eye.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that because I definitely want to experience NFL Sunday in Vegas.
Yeah.
And the Jets just scored a touchdown, so it's now 14-10, or about to be 14-10.
Gotcha.
Well, I've got an Eagles bar that I go to out here, and the owner of the bar, he's actually from Delco, and I've built a pretty good relationship with him over the years. So, and it's a really good Eagles atmosphere. So we'll have to maybe work it out, and we'll get there and have a good time.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll definitely do that. And I know they're playing the Colts that day too. And what I like about going to Vegas is too, like it's like the game started at like 10 in the morning, so
Yeah,
I can get up.
exactly.
I can get up, go to breakfast, and go watch the game. And shit, we still got all day to screw around, do whatever.
And Paul, when you come out, I'll take you to a Cowboys bar.
I might not leave to come back home.
Well, that Cowboys bar I was telling you about, the women in there, man. Yeah, I didn't want to leave that night either when I was there.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that
agree.
Cowboys bar that he's trying to take you to, Paul. Yeah, it's called a male review.
Oh,
No, it's definitely not no male review.
No. I'm just
that's
joking with Paul.
the one they wear the chaps and the stirrups and the cowboy hat, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, see, I would get Paul with that. I would be like, yo, Paul, All right, I lost the bet, dude. I gotta take you to a Cowboys bar. I'd walk into the biggest flamer bar in the world and just be like, "Here, dude." Be like, "Look, it's a
You know,
cowboy bar. He's dressed like a
like
cowboy."
like we go way back. I would believe you because you would have me so hyped up because I know you. Like I lost the bet. This is not right. I have to do this. You get me so hyped up. You like Paul, get your pom poms on. Get ready to rock in there. I walk in, open the door. It's like, let's go. Oh, what the hell? I turn around and Mike's nowhere behind me. I know that, but
And I know
Nah,
I know a
listen.
pretty good I know a pretty good Notre Dame bar out here too, where we could
okay.
go to, Paul. And then there's a good Penn State bar out here too, Mike.
Dude, they got a bar for everything out there, don't they,
They
Rob?
do. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they do.
Like Rob, do you know where the omelet house is?
Yes.
There was a bar inside that same little, I guess, like strip mall where the omelet house is. It was a Philly sports bar. I went there one time to watch a Flyers game. It was like February when I was out there,
Yeah,
but we went there.
it's not there anymore. They closed it down.
Okay, yeah, that dude was cool as hell. It was cool as hell, man. Like we were able to bet like right there, Paul. Like watching the only thing I remember was that the Flyers game came on. It was like dinner time. It was like 4:30. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, cool. So like this dude, like he made cheesesteaks and all this other stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. So we got it, and the cheesesteaks were good. We sat down and he's like, yo, he's like, if you guys want to place bets, he goes, you can place them right here. And there was like the first like single like the touch. And I was like, all right, cool, man. Ended up hitting for $430 on NHL. Had no idea how I did it. To this day,
I hear you. But yeah, we all
Jason Huntley almost broke one. Oh,
we got to get a trip out there to Vegas. That's what we need to do.
dude.
Yeah, and out of the box sports Vegas trip. We should make
Dude,
that
that would be
happen.
nuts.
When we talked about having a betting show, which we're going to have in a couple of weeks here coming up for prior season, and Mike and I discussed what we're going to do is we're going to have every week. I'm going to put $10 down on our best locks of the week. Mike's going to pick one. Every host is going to pick one. Whatever we have at the end of the season, we're heading out to Vegas. The whole company.
Dude, we should do that. That would be cool as hell.
That's what we're going to do. Why
Sounds
not?
like a play.
But hey, listen. I know this was.
Paul, you ready to wrap? I was just about to say, man, you ready to wrap this
Yeah,
up?
real quick. Once again, we apologize. Evan, our big host, the Big Blue Power Hour. I know all you Giants fans are trying to tune into it, but unfortunately, Evan had a thunderstorm tornado going on down there, so we lost connection with them. And basically, since he has pretty much the host opportunity, we jumped in here. We wanted to give you Giants views, but we're going to keep it real here. I didn't watch the whole game. Rob didn't watch the whole game. Mike didn't watch the whole game. And you really don't want to hear Eagles and Cowboys, fans talk about your team. So we apologize. They'll be back next week. But listen, and out of the box here, you can always check out all of our brand new shows out there. We have tons of shows for you. Starting with Tuesday night, we had the Fight Club 215 talking all MMA boxing action every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Bi-weekly. If you're a Mets fan, we got you covered. Ken Fry, the Batcave, every other Wednesday at 10 a.m. The newest show coming next week. 8 p.m. College Football Frenzy. We already gave you a little preview of what you're going to be hearing. No BS, real talk. College Football Frenzy next week at 8 p.m. 215 Boys, the Cowboys Show. My man Matt Klein, keeping it real, all Cowboy stuff every Wednesday. We're changing the time to 9:30 so we can bring you the college show as well. Check out one of the hosts at the bottom on the right over there. It's Big Mike, 4-Form Locker Room Podcast. Philly, you already know. It's your time to listen in. Eagles, Phillies, Sixers, Flyers. He has you covered. And you already know what you're listening to here. And once again, we apologize. Evan will be back stronger than ever next week. Big Blue Power Hour every Friday at 8 p.m. Tomorrow morning, check out Joey Woods. Out of the Ring podcast, AEW, WWE. He's got you covered, 8 a.m. And you already know the man up top and the right up there. That's Vegas Rob Hefner. He's bringing Ken Fry aboard. He can be all the Vegas sports scene. The Raiders, the Knights, and talking every week about those A's hopefully coming to Sin City. So, hey, for myself here, Paul Spencer out of the box, Rob Hefner joining from the Vegas sports scene, Mike Laurel from the 4for4 locker room. We are out of here, and we will catch you next week on the Big Blue Power Hour. Have a great night, boys.